chronically unmoisturized shade of beige and every other color. How do you weaponize fan loyalty with the aggression of a caffeinated toddler? Hi friends, today we are not sipping tea. No, today we are throwing the whole scalding kettle at the Temple of Unreason. Today's video is not a review, it's not a recommendation, it's not a commentary. This is a public service announcement for the chronically misguided. I am talking directly to the book fandom troglodytes, the unholy, algorithmic descendants of chaos, and those who weaponize literary preference like it's a national emergency. Because the way y'all have lost the plot over a fictional bread boy has left me genuinely questioning the mental health of the book community. This week, I have witnessed something that truly made me want to close my books, donate my shelves, and take up interpretive dance instead. We genuinely need to talk about what happened with Ali Hazelwood. We need to talk about the collapse of common sense. And more importantly, we need to talk about what's happening to this community and why some of you genuinely need to be placed in a reading timeout immediately, maybe permanently, okay? Let's get into it because I just cannot believe it. Now, Ali Hazelwood, author of the extremely popular Love Hypothesis and General Book Talk darling. I will say this now. I have not read her books because you guys know I don't read too many romances. But I know that she is beloved, and she was on a casual, lighthearted panel with friends. A fun, relaxed panel, guys. A place where opinions are meant to frolic freely and thoughts are shared, not sentenced, okay? And what happens? In the middle of a friendly, jokey conversation, she said something truly earth-shattering to the people. That is, she is Team Gale. And that Peeta Malark, cineroll that he is, was, in her opinion, useless. Now pause. Take a deep breath. Let the absurdity of the entire situation wash over you. Because to anyone with a working brain, this was clearly a joke. A nostalgic fandom take, something we all have. You know, like people who swear Snape was a hero or who think Edward Cullen could actually fight. Let's be honest, we all have those thoughts. But the book community, bookstagram, and some crazy people, they came out, they heard this, and malfunctioned. Suddenly, Ali Hazelwood became a villain, a traitor, a blasphemer against the sacred muffin man of District 12. Was it controversial? Sure. Was it that deep? No! Did it warrant the behavior that followed? Absolutely not. But instead of moving on, y'all descended upon her page like a biblical plague of Goodreads locusts. Y'all did not disagree respectfully. No, you guys harassed her, not just for a day, not just for a weekend, not even just for a week. We are talking weeks of sustained unholy fury over a man whose greatest contribution to the rebellion was, let's be honest, icing a cake, okay? Again, we can all joke about these things. Instead of saying, though, haha, what an interesting opinion, moving on, some of y'all genuinely transformed into digital banshees with the reading comprehension skills of a potato salad. You guys flooded her page with insults, harassment, and unrelenting vitriol over, let me check again, a Hunger Games ship? Guys, are we absolutely being for real? The insults were wild. The energy was absolutely deranged. And when she asked, pleaded even, for the attacks to stop, you people decided you wanted to double down until she just deactivated her account completely. Now, to those of you responsible for this mess, let me say this now, and let me say it clearly. May your bookmarks always fall out, okay? May every book you borrow have one greasy corner, and may your Kindle die at the climax of every single chapter. You chronically unmoisturized shade of beige and every other color. How do you weaponize fan loyalty with the aggression of a caffeinated toddler? Guys, you harassed this woman to the point of deactivating her account. Are you for real? You guys became the phantoms of the fan base opera, screeching from the rafters about Peeta, the walking carbohydrate malark, like he's paying your rent. And in this cost of living crisis, I would hope that's why you guys are going so hard for him. You guys weaponize book discourse like a swarm of illiterate gremlins wearing morally righteous cosplay. Some of you were really out here acting like feral book club escapees armed with thread thumbs and vibes only a 2-star Goodreads reviewer could love. And I still cannot believe it came to that point. And here's the thing so many people don't want to say out loud. Because like I said, I have not read any of Ali Hazelwood's book, but she's very popular and we see the work that she's done. A lot of you people, let's be honest, were not really mad about Peeta. You guys were waiting for a reason to unleash what you already felt. And this was the straw you guys had been sharpening in secret. Let's be very, very real. People have been side-eyeing Ali Hazelwood for a very, very long time, not because of her books, but because of her platform. Because she constantly used her massive following to boost authors of color, highlight lesser-known indie releases, and share her space with authors so many people usually ignore. She was loud with her support as well, and for some of y'all, that was the problem. You guys didn't like that she platformed voices you spent your entire lives pretending don't exist. So when this one moment happened, it was like the unwashed horde of fandom trolls screamed, finally, a reason to eat her alive without looking like a hater. She made one lukewarm joke, and you guys grabbed your torches like over-caffeinated villagers chasing Frankenstein's monster. Honestly, it's giving envy in a trench coat. It's giving benevolent reader on the outside, chaotic plot gremlin on the inside. It's giving the same people who say support marginalized voices in their bio but have never actually read beyond the Poppy War or Legendborn, and even they were too much for you. Let's be honest, okay? What's wild as well is how a lot of you cloak it all in moral righteousness. Y'all weaponized fake morality because you couldn't say what you really felt. And I always say this, come out and say it with your chest. Even though your opinion is dog trash, I would respect it if you were honest with it at least. Maybe I would respect it because your opinions would really just be dog trash, to be honest. But y'all really tried to play us for fools. And that, my friends, is the most common curse of the performatively enlightened literary goblin. Be serious. Y'all are not avengers for Peeta. No, you are a terminally online cucumber of a human being who mistook TikTok clout for moral authority. You want to talk about harm? Guys, harassment is harm, okay? Dragging unrelated authors into chaos is harm. Weaponizing fandom to silence people, that is harm. Not liking Peeta, that is a preference, darling, not a war crime. But the true villain arc here. You guys didn't just come for Ali. You guys are coming for the people she supported because you flooded the shared posts that she has with Black and brown authors. Authors who had nothing to do with that original panel in the first place. Authors who were already navigating the exhausting labyrinth of online publishing, only to wake up and find a mob of Peeta zealots breathing heavy in their comment section. You turned those collaborative posts into battlegrounds. You tainted support with toxicity. And you proved what we always knew, that for many of you, diversity is a decoration, not a commitment. It is aesthetic and not action. And do you know what Ali did? She stepped back. She deactivated her platform, not just to escape the hate, because she's been in the game long enough. She's received hate. She knows how to deal with it, and she's gone through it, and she's survived long enough. She stepped back to protect those authors from the hate that they were receiving being attached to her. The woman removed herself from the equation to stop the collateral damage. And somehow y'all still trying to look like the righteous ones. Please. But beyond all of this, we genuinely need to talk. Like, community intervention talk, because this is not the first time we've seen this, and it will definitely not be the last, unfortunately. Book fandom has stopped being about solely books. It's become this breeding ground for moral performance, where disagreement is framed as violence and harassment is rebranded as holding people accountable. Because there is a difference, there is a line, and you people cross it every single time. The way that book communities now treat disagreement as betrayal is genuinely terrifying, because we have entered this era of fandom fundamentalism where every unpopular opinion becomes a call to digital arms. And quite frankly, some of you need to be placed in a padded library with nothing but cliff notes and a nap. Like a toddler, like the toddlers that you guys are pretending to be. You guys say you love books, but do you really? Do you love storytelling, the messiness of opinion, the joy of debate, or do you guys just really love power and control and being right on the internet? Because honestly, the only thing more exhausting than your performative rage is your lack of reading comprehension. Ali did not insult Suzanne Collins, the real human in this, who wrote the book. She didn't go on a 10-minute TED Talk rant on how Gail deserved Katniss and deserved better. She made a joke on a panel with her friends. You guys have taken that joke, set it ablaze, and tried to build a whole personality cult out of the ashes. I genuinely, seeing everything happen this week, I could not believe my eyes. To those who did this, you are a foresightless fiction goblin, a dust-jacketed menace, a trigger-happy tabby with Wi-Fi and a savior complex. You are a book sleeve with no spine, a bookmark that falls out at every single crucial plot twist. You are the reason the comment section needs a therapist. I hope every single book that you guys read from now on has misaligned margins and a mysterious sticky page. I hope your next author event is canceled because the venue was double booked for a chess tournament. I hope your annotated copies get rained on with no warning. And most importantly, I hope you learn shame. Not the fake online kind, the real kind, the one that whispers, maybe I shouldn't have ruined someone's week over a man made of marzipan and emotional repression. To everyone else watching, though, this is your reminder that disagreement is not betrayal. Fandom is not a war. You are allowed to like Peeta. You are allowed to love Gail. You're even allowed to say Katniss should have been single and become a political icon with a bob and a vision board in the end. You are allowed to do that. What you're not allowed to do is harass people into silence and then pat yourself on the back for being morally right. Ali Hazelwood did not deserve this. No author does, to be honest. Not over a joke, not over a character, and certainly not when the joke was made in a room full of friends. Not in the comment section of your literary trauma diary, okay? It was made in a room of friends. Ali Hazelwood 100% deserved better, and so did the authors who got caught in the mess just for standing next to her and being supported by her. So let me say this loud and clear, okay? If your love for a character turns you into a weapon, you don't love the character, you just love control. Book fans, we genuinely need to do better, not just when it's easy or when it's trending, but genuinely when it's uncomfortable. When our faves say something we don't like, or when things are messy, that's when your values matter most. To my Peeta defenders who still have brain cells and compassion, I love you. Stay hydrated, okay? Love you, my babes. To my sensible Gale defenders, I love some good discourse. I do, you know? So let's hear your best Gale defense in a respectful manner, okay? To the rest of you, may every book you read be missing its last page. That is it for me. I know I was throwing a lot of shade, but I will stop at this point. That was my last piece of shade, okay? It was. If you, of course, like this video, as always, do be sure to hit like. If you're not subscribed, be subscribing, and obviously hit that bell so that you get every single notification of what happens. If you agreed, obviously leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. And if you are one of the people who sent Ali Hazelwood a hate DM or left a hate comment, I hope you got a paper cut from a library receipt and your audiobook buffers forever. Okay. That was my last piece of shade. I'm done. Subscribe, of course, for more bookish chaos, commentary, and occasional unhinged elegance. See you next time, guys. Love you. Unless you're still mad about the whole Peeta thing. In that case, please log off, go and touch grass, and go read The Art of Critical Thinking. That was my last one, I swear. Bye. Mwah.